What's going on, everyone? Shah here. I hope you're well. Playing some Minecraft 1.7.10. Yeah, I've got a little GregTech pack here. GregTech 5 to be exact. The unofficial version 09. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. I haven't played a whole lot. I've got a couple ore veins mapped out. You can see them off in the distance there. I'm going to try to explain to you these before we get started. This might be a little convoluted. So if I bring this up, and if you can see in the background here where my mouse is, I'm going to hover over right here. There's a -1 and a 16. So this is the z-axis. On the c, I think that's the chunk. So we're at chunk -1 and chunk 16. These are the numbers we'll use. So the 1 will always can be a 1, or it can be something with a remainder of 1. Like up here, 16. If we divide that by 3, 3 goes into 16 5 times, but there's a remainder of 1. So that's what we're looking for. So we got a remainder of 1 and a 1. We're good to go. So that's where I dug straight down and jump forward. So this is what an ore vein looks like. Let me turn this off. This is what an ore vein looks like in GregTech. You can see they spawn multiple types of ores together, and this is we'll call this a copper vein. And within a copper vein there is chalcopyrite, there's copper, underneath of it there's iron, and there's also pyrite. Is there any pyrite visible here? Yeah, there's some pyrite. So pyrite, chalcopyrite, iron, and copper is what spawns in a copper vein. And I've dug out a little bit here, but I still need well, we're going to need a crap ton of copper eventually, but that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Now I kind of looked out on this chalcopyrite vein, because if we go down this way, usually these chunks, these veins are up to 2 to 3 chunks large, but somewhere right down in here, I think it's like right here, this actually changes over to a second chalcopyrite copper vein. And there's a fancy term for that remainder 3 we were talking about, or remainder 1 when you divide by 3. And it's somewhere over this direction is where the center of that would be. So I know that this vein is going to go on this way for a little ways. And are we to the edge of it yet? Yeah, that might be the edge. So this is a second chunk, or a second vein, in addition to the first copper vein we got over here. So we super lucked out on that one. So I'm going to mine up some more copper and go get some coal and some other stuff, and I'll meet you back at base here in a second. I guess while I'm mining some of this up, we can talk a little bit about GregTech and why I decided to make a series on a 1.7.10 pack. Well, GregTech isn't super popular among the entire modded community. A lot of people find it grindy and hard, but it's kind of, that's actually what I'm wanting to do. Is I want something that's a little more complex than just your average mods. It's very intricate. There's chemistry involved. There's all kinds of interesting things. Yeah, Greg wanted to extend the gameplay and add some cool things, and I think Greg did a great job. A lot of people would disagree with me, but we're not making the series for them. We're making it because I want to play it, and hopefully if you're watching this, it's something you're interested in. So many of the things that it changes, if we look at a piece of wood here, if you notice, one piece of wood gives us 2 wood planks. If we take those 2 wood planks, it's only going to give us 2 sticks. So that's one thing it changes, is some mechanics like that. And yeah, I know I said I came down here to get copper, but I actually need iron more than copper at the moment for tools, such as hammers, screwdrivers, files, and things to make other tools with. Yeah. GregTech has, it's based off the IC2 mod, the Industrial Craft 2 mod, and that's what it originally started off as. And Greg actually ended up creating his own power system. It's also called EU. It's just kind of a modified version of IC2's EU. But instead of using, I think they call it packets in IC2, but in GregTech it's called amps for the wires. We'll get more into that once we get to the power age. Right now we're not even in the bronze age yet. I haven't made a single machine yet. I've just been collecting resources, getting ready to start the series, and have at least some materials ready to start showing you things with. So I'm going to end up mining a lot in this series, but most of that's actually going to be between episodes. But I figured to start out here, just kind of give you an idea of how we get our resources, is this right here. So I'm not necessarily going to play this like, I guess it's like any other mod in Minecraft. You should play what's fun to you. So I do have Tinkers installed. A lot of GregTech fans would call that blasphemy, like, oh, you know, we're going to limit ourselves. We're not going to use very much RF machines and whatnot. We're going to pretty much try to stick to mostly GregTech, Railcraft, and Forestry for the most part. But that doesn't mean that, you know, as time goes on, we may break out a few RF machines just to speed things along, so I can continue to keep making content fairly quickly without having to spend, you know, 2 or 3 days preparing for just one episode that will only be like 30 minutes long. Got some clay next to us here. I added a mod to add clay into the world gen, kind of like Corp does in 1.12. So I got a shovel, don't I? Yeah, let's get some of this clay, because we're going to need a ton of clay as well. So let's go ahead and grab this out as well. So GregTech adds in, if you've played most, you know, tech type mods where they've got like pulverizers or crushers or something like that, adds in a lot of stuff like that. All the way up to, what we got here? A small amethyst ore. Well, yes, please. What's my inventory looking like? It's getting pretty close. So yeah, it adds in a ton of things that I never got to play back in 1.7.10. For one, I never could find anyone that wanted to play GregTech. They're like, oh, that's too hard. No, I'm not. No. So I decided, heck with it. I don't care if everybody's going to play with me. I'm going to play GregTech, even if it's in 1.7.10. They are working on a 1.12 edition, but it's not ready yet, and it's going to be a little while. Probably a few months before I think we'll be ready to give it a go. So we'll learn GregTech in 1.7.10, and then once GregTech Community Edition, which is not being maintained by Greg, it's being maintained by another group who's working on porting Greg's. Actually, it's a port of good things from GregTech 5 and GregTech 6, and a few things from 4, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that'll be down the road, but for now we're just playing GregTech 5U. This is the 09 branch, if you know what that means. It's just there's 2 main forks right now that people play on 1.7.10, and that's the 08 branch and the 09 branch, and we're playing on the 09 branch. It's a little more complicated, a little more grindy, but I think it's got some stuff worthy of us going this route. It's daytime, or it's nighttime. Let's make it daytime. So have a quick sleep here, and I got to go get some more coal, but I might have to go back to the homestead before we can do that. And get our bed back. All right, I'll meet you up top here. All right, so we're up top now. We started out over there. There's a little coal vein over here with a bunch of stuff I can't hardly pick up. I don't need a whole lot of coal, but my pick is about to break, so let's just grab a little bit of coal to get us what we need here. So yeah, this is a coal vein, and here's some lead. Let's grab that as well. I hear Skelly. Oh, I don't have space. We got any cobble we can throw out. Let's throw that out. Grab a little bit more of this. My pick's going to break any time, so make sure we got a way to get up. So the center of this coal vein is over here. This is where I was measured at, just to have it uniform to with how everything else, like that one over there. So I've kind of mapped out, if we look at the map here, I've kind of mapped out a few veins, and as you can see, they're every 3 for the most part, except for along this axis here, which is the 0, 0, 0 axis. If you're in the map, it's like the prime meridian. So yeah, base is back over this way, and you can see all these light thingies, waypoints, right? That's a different ore veins that I've mapped out, and I was looking for copper, which was the one we were just digging at. So I mapped out all of these in the search for that copper vein we were just at. When I started, I found tin, which is one of the harder resources to to find, I do believe, from what I've been told. And the first world I played in, it was a pain to find, so I think they're right. And I do have a little tunnel somewhere around here, but I don't remember where it is. So we'll just walk around the mountain rather than trying to find the tunnel that I've lost. Hello, cows. So, yeah, spawn's right over here, and I've got a my 10 node is right up here. So right through here is all the 10. We're pretty close to spawn here. So I've mined up a little bit of 10. I've got some copper now. I've got some iron. And spawn is like right over there. And I've got a little hobble down here. You can see I've got a small farm started of some sugarcane, some cotton. Are those cotton plants? Yeah, well, they make string, whatever they are. And yeah, those are going to be super important in our series. So I went ahead and got those started. Let's go ahead and put our ores away. Actually, let's do that first, and everything else should go in here. So all of this goes in here. Now these are all different ores that I've mined up. So the small ores, when you break the small ores, you'll either get crushed ores, or you'll get little dust piles like these. And we'll get more into those later. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and smelt up our clay, make some bricks, because we're going to need a ton of bricks. So there's a little bit of copper. So we got copper, we got some tin. Put our other clay balls over here. Put our gems back here. I'm trying to be organized. Put our gold armor that we got off of a zombie on. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, I was going to show, like, here's a bucket recipe just to kind of give you an idea. So you don't just use iron ingots, you actually need iron plates and a hammer to get iron plates. To start out with, this is how you'll get them. Eventually we'll use machines to make them, but for now we just use a hammer and 2 iron ingots gets us an iron plate. So the first machine that I would like to make is called an igniter. Igniter here. A charcoal pile igniter. And we need some wrought iron nuggets, some flint, and a bricked bronze hull. Brick bronze hull is 3 bricks, some copper, or some bronze plates, and some our tool or hammer. So let's make up our bronze real quick. So that should get us 5 bronze. So there's our 5 bronze. Oh, we're going to actually need 10 because we need plates. So we need 15 of these. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get out of there. And 5 of those. So there we go. We got 10 bronze. We'll stack those there. Take our hammer, put it on top. That gets us our bronze plates. So there we go. We got 5 bronze plates. Now then, we've got our bronze plates, so we need some bricks. Let's make up our 3 bricks, I believe it said we needed. Alright, so those go here. This goes there, and put our hammer in the center. Gets us a bricked bronze hull. Alright, now we need, what was the recipe? I done forgot the recipe. Yeah. So this goes there. We got some flint, goes here, and wrought iron nuggets. And we get these just by taking, I'll show you here in just a second. So there we go. We got our charcoal pile igniter. So for the wrought iron ingots, we just take a iron nugget or an iron ingot and get our nuggets. We take our nuggets and we throw them into a furnace, and it'll get us the wrought iron nuggets. That's how we get those. So let's go and turn this back into an ingot since we already got some. So there we go. We have our charcoal pile igniter. Now we also need, believe, bricks. So if we hover over it, only grass and dirt can touch the log blocks. Air between them. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, bricks. So we need bricks. So let's go ahead and see how many bricks we can make with what we got here. There's 13. 29. So yeah, we're gonna have to get a ton more. All of them. Up to 45. Let's see how big of a 3x, or not a 3x3. How big of an area we can make with these. So I'm going to go, I think, over here and dig into here. So let me go ahead and dig out a little area. Yeah, I think we'll start with that. Actually, I'm going to need another pick, so let's go make another pick, and then I'll take all that out so I can at least show you how to make a pick as well. And all this you can obviously look up in NEI if you want to play along, but just so you kind of get an idea. So we need a plate, so there's an iron plate, it goes there. Need 2 ingots, a hammer, and a file. Gets us one of those. And then we just need a stick, and there we go, an iron pickaxe. We can put our tools back over here, along with our iron ingot. Alright, cool. So I've got I wouldn't call it a tree farm, my manual tree farm of spruce trees, the 2x2s, over there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out a little area, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we get a little 5x5 laid out here with our bricks on the floor. And next we need to have dirt, walls, and a ceiling. So let's go ahead and fill all of this in. So all the charcoal or all the logs will only touch dirt or bricks. That's kind of the goal here. I also found that apparently there's some oil sand in this here hill, which that'll be useful later on as well to get some oil. Alright, and then we just do the ceiling here. Oh wait, we need to knock out this row right here real quick. Is that the right height? Yeah, that's cool. So let's go ahead and fill this all in. And that's going to be our center right there. So let's go ahead and dig this out. Let's go upstairs and find that real quick, because that's where I want to put the pile igniter. We'll just make a temporary little stair step here. Alright, let's find our little hole we just made. Somewhere over that direction. Pretty sure that's not it, is it? Oh, yes it is. Okay. Wait. Yep, okay. So now we just take our charcoal pile igniter, and we're going to stick it in here. Cool. That's in the center? Yep, it's in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we could have went one higher, but that's okay. This is just a starter charcoal pit. So we'll fill this in. Now we just need to go get some logs. So let's do that real quick. Let's grab some logs. Okay, went and picked up some logs. So let's go ahead and fill all of this in here. So what this pile igniter is going to do is it's going to turn all of these logs into charcoal, and then we're going to come back after they've changed, and we'll pick them all up, and we'll have charcoal. And just a few more here, and it's a whole lot easier. I do have a Builder's Wand mod in here as well, so later on when we can afford it, we will actually use the Builder's Wand to speed this process up, but for now we'll just place all these by hand. Oh, can I see it? There we go. Let's do that one first. There we go. Here. Okay, we filled it all in. Now we're just gonna put dirt there. Now if we go up and check out our igniter, it should be running. And as you can see there, it's red and doing the little spinny thing. So it's working, and in a couple minutes, I don't know how long, here in a little while, that it'll be ready. So there's how that works. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our logs and stuff away, wait for the charcoal to finish up, and we actually have some charcoal now. Super cool. Okay, so it's only been about 5 minutes, about enough time for me to harvest all of my crops and go put everything away. And the charcoal pile igniter is finished, so let's go down and open up our area here. Was this the center? I believe it was. So there's brittle charcoal. So we're going to need an axe to harvest all that. So let's go make an axe. Burn through all my axes. I have been using stone axes, so they'll take forever though if we try to use them for harvesting this. So let's go ahead and do a GregTech axe. So get some iron plates made. And I believe it's like this. File. Yes, iron. Perfect. Get rid of this, throw that in there, and an axe. Sweet. Let's put all of our tools back over here. put our raspberries away. It's going to get dark. Drat. That's okay. So let's run on over here. And now we can start harvesting up our brittle charcoal. So yeah, with this axe it goes a whole lot quicker. And I'm going to need a torch in here. It's so hard to see. It's solid black. So there you go. As we can see, now we got charcoal. So charcoal is going to be one of our mainstays for power for right now until we, yeah, probably for a little while. We're going to use charcoal to turn it into steam. And we'll use that steam to generate power. But that'll be down the road. At first, we'll just use steam machines to do all of our workforce. Some of the macerators, alloy smelters, and whatnot actually run directly on steam. So that's probably what we're going to work on in the next episode. So there we go. That's our charcoal. Now, I'm going to go over here. First, I'm going to sleep. So we got 2 stacks of 19. So not bad, not bad. And that's just from a 5x5x4. So, yeah, I'm not going to do math. I'll pick our bed back up. Now, one thing I do like about these GregTech axes is they actually do full stretches. So if we hit down here, and as you can see, it does take a second, but pop, it takes out a whole area. I do kind of like the Tinker's Construct axes a little bit more. The lumber axe that takes down the entire tree, so that won't be too far off either. Getting one of those, getting a smeltery set up and getting us some axes and probably a what is it called? Is it called a hammer? Yeah, one of the ones that mine, a 3x3. Yeah, we'll have to get that here in the next episode or so. But this is how I'm going to get my wood for the moment until we can get one of those online. It's a whole lot better than a stone axe having to climb all the way up there. Although it does do a number on the old axe. And it is proportional to how many wood blocks it's going to harvest as to how long it takes and how much durability it's going to take. But I do believe that that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. And I know it's a kind of a funky start for an episode, but it showed you a little bit about how the veins work, the ore veins, and I'll probably go in between episodes mining, finding some more locations for different ores and whatnot. Right now we've got our tin vein and our copper vein, so we're good to do our early game Bronze Age stuff. So we'll probably work on a macerator and some basic stuff in the next episode. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day. Take care, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!